How we betray black children. This ain't all the ways, but these are the major ways. Number one, religious indoctrination. Do I need to even go into detail to that? I'm gonna run through this list because I ain't got much time. Religious indoctrination. Stop infecting the children with your diseases, your mental diseases. If you are teaching your child, let your children find God their own way. Religious indoctrination. And you can teach them. My children were taught religion. My children were taught theology. My children know about the Abrahamic religion. They know about the cults. They know about the Nation of Islam. They know about the Jehovah's Witnesses. When we're out walking the streets and we see the Hebrew Israelites out there ranting, I let them go and stop and listen to the Hebrews. I let them ask them questions, ask me questions. My children were religiously educated. They were not religiously indoctrinated. My children were never told you were born in sin, say your prayers before bed. But if I went into my room and saw my son praying, I would not say stop praying. I would ask, why are you praying? Who are you praying to? What do you think will come of this? My children, I'm not telling you, you can't religiously educate your children. You can't educate them about your value systems and your religious beliefs. Stop indoctrinating them. Stop inculcating them with fear and insecurities and myths. Go out and buy an actual history book. Go out and read the theologians and philosophy. Open the goddamn Bible and read it through instead of hand-picking passages. I know. All I'm saying is stop. If you are religiously indoctrinating your children, you are betraying black children before the white man even gets his chance to. You're setting him up. You're serving him up to white oppression. Stop religiously indoctrinating black children, but I will leave you the right to religiously educate. And education gives you the tools and equip you to make your own decision. If your child wants to choose eternal hellfire, that's on them. If God won't stop them, nor should you. Number two, integration. Now, integration is basically everything. I didn't even want to put it on the list because that's basically it. By encouraging, pushing, or supporting integration. By teaching, Ruby Bridges is probably the poster child of integration. And she going around talking about, oh, I'm so happy, I'm a pioneer. No, you are a tragedy, Ruby. I'm sorry for what we did for you. Stop putting up that picture as something of strength and hope. And then, what's that guy's name? The painter. Is it Norman Rockwell? Painted that picture. And I saw black people with that goddamn prints of that picture all over their house. How the hell you put up a picture? We send our child with no guns, no equipment into a war zone. And we think that's accomplishment. Teaching our children to be in competition with each other. I ain't got to outrun the bear. I just got to outrun you. Yeah. And guess what? After the bear eats and digests your friend, guess what? The bear's going to want to do again in 24 hours or less. Eat again, dumbass. So it's best if y'all can work together, but I won't get into that. But teaching our children the values and allowing them to internalize capitalism, getting ahead, accumulating as much fiat as possible and by all means necessary. Capitalism and competition. We betray our children, and I see us doing that all the time. And I'm not talking about sports. Let your child chase balls. My son just told me a couple of weeks ago he wants to go try out for basketball. He wants to join the track and field and cross country team. And when he gets out there, I'm going to say, leave all them other little black kids in the dust. Do it. Leave them in the dust. I'm not against athletic competition. I'm not even against academic competition. My child once went to play on the chess team and got smoked. And I'm like, that child was better. You should go to that child. But the thing is, you tell that child, your child is good at chess. And say after you beat everybody down in chess, you sit down to other black kids and teach them your techniques. Share with them, like, this is how I do it. This is how I learn. After you dunk on a bunch of kids, you should be just as willing to say, hey, come train with me. Come practice. I'll be at Washington Park every Saturday afternoon. If y'all want to come out and ball with me and let me show y'all how I do it. Y'all want to practice with me? So there's a time for competition when it's healthy, but their main goal and main motivation should be cooperation and sharing, communalism, not competition. They shouldn't be trying to amass currency and fiat. They should be amassing black power and unity. Another way we betray our children is ecocide. Not teaching them and ourselves about the environment. We're allowing the planet. Like I said, our children are going to be looking at Bengal tigers and polar bears in National Geographics and museums the same way we look at woolly mammoths. That is the number one. That should be at the top of the list. If you're not in an ongoing fight against ecocide, at the same time you reduce your personal footprint, because the reason I eat vegan, walk, and try to be as ecologically responsible as possible is not because I think that's going to save the planet, but it is a reminder for me. It is a reinforcement of my values. And as I work to make those values universal and destroy those things that are counter to my values of preserving ecology, respecting ecosystems and biodiversity, having respect for animals and animal rights, I can live it personally as I fight for it collectively. That's another one of the things. Why if I stop eating meat, it ain't gonna save nothing. It'll save you. It'll save your arteries. Stop it. So if you're not living and promoting ecology and sustainability, you are betraying black children. Another way we do it is self-rejection. We have this concept in the black community promoted by a lot of black people that I hate, mainly Bill Cosby. Success for black people means making it out of the ghetto, making it out of the black community, getting out of the black schools. Making it means making it out. Self-rejection. Integrating into other people's systems and institutions is a sign of success. And you even go to your child, well, your cousin Niecy went to Harvard. Right, good for cousin Niecy. I ain't saying she shouldn't go to Harvard. I'm saying we shouldn't brag about it. Carter G. Woodson said Harvard has ruined more Negroes than grain whiskey. So stop celebrating self-rejection. All of our accolades should be strictly preserved for black people who feed into and uplift black people. Whatever achievements you get amongst white folks, whatever awards or opportunities you get from white people, take it all. Like I said, if NPR called today, I'd be on NPR getting that cash. But I'm not in any way going to be like, oh, this is a progress for black people. So self-rejection, defining success as making it out. If you have to leave your community for education, leave your community for food, leave your community for adequate or elite housing, leave your community for healthcare, you are not excellent. You are a failure, just like the rest of us. And all the people out there looking at you be excellent, looking at your black ass in a white neighborhood with a white spouse, sending your kids to a white school and applying to their schools, the elite schools and all that. You ain't excellent. That's not excellent. You know, they used to say, remember, excellent, party time. What's the opposite of excellent? Bogus. You bogus. That's what's the 80s language. Oh, dude, totally excellent. The opposite of excellent, you bogus. Bogus AF. So black bogusness. Another way we betray our children goes back to capitalism is materialism. Telling your children that money, designer clothes, the nicer clothes, the house, the finer things. Not wanting our children want for nothing. The most valuable thing you can obtain in life, the currency you should seek to bank, is social capital, healthy and productive relationships with other black people, whether that is intimate, social, professional, other Pan-African conscious black people. That is what we tell our children to live, to cultivate as you pursue your interests and your goals and you love life, the currency, the wealth that you need to accumulate. And now that I'm at the age, I'm halfway through my life, a little less, maybe a little more towards the halfway through my life. I've had a lot of elders who have accumulated a lot of money and status, and elders who've lived very humble lives. But one thing that unites them all is the quality of when you're on that deathbed or you're in that rocking chair, petting your kitten, on your porch, smoking your pipe at the end of your days. What they always demonstrate is that the quality of the relationships that you have cultivated through life. I've seen a poor person die. And their funeral looks like the funeral of a celebrity. And I've seen a rich person die and they threw him in the back of a dumpster and nobody paid no attention. You know, and one person, you know, a man who lived a very humble life, didn't have the finest cars and clothes, very like my wife's father. I always had to call him Mr. Mingo. we were always formal, but you know, he was a humble man, but he was wealthy in relation. I know that might sound corny, but telling your children that their worth is rooted in, you know, Lear jets and Yeezy, $300 Yeezy, ugly ass sandals. Tell your child from the moment they're able to comprehend English or whatever language you speak to them. The wealth is the quality of relationships. Everything else, the quality of your relationship. If you don't have genuine relationships, not based on money, status, but genuine human connection, you are impoverished. But anyway, we betray our children by infecting them with Western materialism. Now, you should teach them about dialectical and historical materialism, but that's a whole nother part. Another way we betray black children, I'm gonna rush through this, is traditionalism. Traditionalism means we're only doing this because we've done it in the past. Everything that you do, whether it's holidays, family rituals, or family gatherings, you have to constantly evaluate it. Anything you're doing because of tradition or doing because you've always done it is not worthy to be done. So I'm not saying abandon all your traditions, but your traditions need to be evaluated and validated. Stop just teaching children to carry on as we have carried on. Sometimes they should change things. Sometimes they should embrace things. Sometimes they should enhance and intensify things, but they have to be critically evaluated. Another way we betray children is embracing the nuclear family. My kid, I care about me and mine. I take care of mine. If you do not construct a village or community around your children, you have betrayed them. Even if you and your wife have all your material needs met, you and your wife have your home and have everything, and your children are encased in that little nuclear bubble, that is inadequate for a whole and healthy person. Your children need auntie, uncle, cousin, play uncles, play aunties, nana. They need a wide community. They need to be able to walk. I tell black people all the time, don't live in your house, live in your community. If your children cannot walk to the store and walk to school and walk and be out in their community, if people in your community, the only time they see your children or you is when you're getting in and out of your car to go in your house, you are impoverished. I don't care how nice your neighborhood is. I mean, people all over the South Side recognize, oh, I saw them, I saw you. When my kids are out, people come up and like, hey, you Dr. Mingo's boy, oh, you Bro Diallo's son. My children live in a community. They don't just live in their homes, for better or for worse. And if you're like, oh, I don't want them living in my community, then goddamn it, get out there and make it a community you want to live in. Don't run from it. Engage the struggle. And even if you got means, there are plenty affluent and very good, like in my neighborhood, there's public housing and there's ex-retired football players and lawyers and scientists. Well, he moved, but just 6 months ago, there was a scientist that lived. There are black communities that are very diverse and dynamic with black people from all levels and lanes in life. Find that type of community and build it up. And finally, the weaponization of black children. That goes back to what I opened the show with. Looking at black children as breeding stock. A lot of these black militants, oh yeah, I'm against abortion. We need all these black babies. Using black children. You know, a lot of these black militants get out here talking about, yeah, my kids, and weaponizing black children as instruments or tools, as opposed to fully autonomous beings. Now I can get more into that, but I'm really low on time. And I want to say how we can be allies of black children. And run through the list. Let them be children. And it is a myth that children can only be children if they're ignorant to reality. children are innocent if they're ignorant. Ignorance is not innocent. Tyler Perry wants his child to be ignorant, not innocent. And what the blood clot is innocence anyway? Your children does not need to be lied to be ignorant of reality, to be innocent. So we let them be children. And part of being children is being told the truth and being spoken to like they are cognitive beings. Clear path for them. Like I said, if you're in a space that is not suitable for your children, you fight like hell to make that place suitable. You don't run and go try to buy it. Community can't be purchased. It can only be constructed cooperatively. So clear path for children to be children. Create a space for them to be. And I know sometimes we lived in neighborhoods where we like, listen, it's not really, there's some things going on between the street gangs and all that. So what we would do with my son when he was in middle school, say, we will drive you to this stop on the G train. You hop on the G train and you head over there and you're free over there. So even if you live in a neighborhood where you have to take your child a few blocks to set them loose, like, oh, you want to go out? Let me take you to Bronzeville. And Bronzeville is a safe area and get to know people over there. So we used to do that all the time. I mean, it's like my children would either walk or take transit to school. But there was a time where the block was hot. And my son was just between middle school and high school and the block was hot. So we took him to 2 train stops down. We drive him 2 train stops and let him get on the train there just to clear the zone. There's a way. Where there is a will is a way. But I'm gonna be like, I'll be goddamn it if my black child is locked in the house. Well, I go out and see white kids exploring like the world is their oyster, and black children. My son right now, he wants to go to the comic book store. He wants to go to the cafe and get a soy hot chocolate. He wants to roam around his neighborhood. He has to go by himself because all the kids his age that live right around the corner, their mothers won't let him out of the house. Their mothers, and my son has to interact with his friends on Xbox and a Discord server because their parents are so goddamn afraid for their black boys. If it ain't the goddamn gangsters, it's the goddamn police. I know black children have lived their whole life in the house, and the only time they're allowed out is under direct parental supervision. And you go to the white areas, you go downtown, you see white adolescent kids and white little 8 and 9-year-olds just walking around, living their lives. It's a goddamn, I be goddamned. And as a black parent, be prepared, be aware, and be fearless. Have less fear. Have more preparedness, more awareness, and less fear. Be conscious. Create community and unity. And tell them the truth. And tell the black kids the truth after you have accepted the truth. Don't tell the child, this is my truth. Tell the child the truth. Definitive article, goddammit. Let them play, let them roam, equip, train, and inspire them, fully engage them, especially about racism. Tell them the goddamn truth. Join Advanced Revolutionary Pan-African Organization or Struggle and brush and floss. I mean, goddamn. How is it that hard? I'm a little over time and I apologize. Q4 Radio, Bro Diallo Show. Please support. I appreciate y'all from being here. And I'm so happy to be back. Tune in Wednesday. Let me put this thing up. Please support the broadcast. If you appreciate this and you want to see the Bro Diallo broadcast to continue. Now, we all know what it feels like, a world without Bro Diallo. We all now know what that's like, you know. And so now, if you don't want to return to a world without Bro Diallo, please, 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 you know, people that don't like me get on and be like, you be on here begging. I'm like, yeah, shoot. I wish I had more money to beg. I wish I had a begging budget like Yeezy or a begging budget like Nike. They spend millions of dollars trying to appeal for your support and appeal for you to support their brand. So yeah, I wish I had more resources to do more begging with. So I don't feel ashamed. I see the Bro Diallo Show as an asset to the community. So I have no shame in asking the community to support this asset with whatever resources you have, time, money, and talents. And shout out to Mo, man. I don't know why you changing up on me. But anyway, let's get out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all Mondays and tune in Wednesday night for the politics and bullshit with Bro Diallo and Brother Biddle coming soon. And thanks for listening. Thank you for your patience. And if you are Patreon, check your mail. I got some things coming your way very soon. And with that, I'm gonna play my intro music. If it'll play. Can't leave without an outro. I'm trying to be professional here. Oh, there we go.